Good morning, folks. I am Pete Smith. This is the First Church of Mars. Thank you for joining me today. Just a little note, if you ever wonder why you see me in like a yellow t-shirt a lot, it's because I these are my pajamas basically. So often I do these videos when I wake up or as I'm starting my day, having my coffee, and so I'm still dressed for sleep. And I use a lot of my yellow T-shirts. I don't know why. I guess because I don't really like them that much. I don't like the color. I thought I did, but it doesn't work for me. So I use them for sleeping, and that's why you see me in yellow a lot, or gold. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do a little reading from Sarah Young's book, Jesus Calling. Some good stuff for you today, guys. This is Sarah Young's book, Jesus Calling. I highly recommend it. It gives you a daily inspirational message every day. So let's read. Today is August 25th, guys. So I am the excuse me. I can't even say it. I am the eternal I am. I always have been, and I always will be. In my presence, you experience love and light, peace and joy. I am intimately involved in all your moments, and I am training you to be aware of me at all times. Your assignment is to collaborate with me in this training process. So we're in training. And the training is to spend our life and our day, our conscious awareness with God. Goes on to say, I have taken up residence within you. Taken up residence within you. I am central in your innermost being. Where is that innermost being, guys? That is deep inside your heart, your soul, your mind. It's deep inside of you. It's your core being. I am central in your innermost being. Your mind goes off in tangents from its holy center time after time. That's all the distractions, right? All the distractions. Do not be alarmed by your inability to remain focused on me. I love that. Don't be surprised, right? Don't be surprised, guys, when you see your inability to remain focused and to keep God as a conscious compass, so to speak. We're going to get distracted, we're going to go off course, and we do so very easily. It's just the way we're built. It's just the way our minds were built. Simply bring your thoughts gently back to me each time they wander. Now that's like meditation. That's why meditation can be so effective in building your relationship with God, because it's a process of focusing and then being distracted and then refocusing. And each time you do that, you find your focus can become stronger. And also when you get back to being focused, for me, like focused on God, distracted, and then I get back to being focused on God, that getting back becomes easier, becomes quicker, becomes faster, becomes less resistance. And so that's how that works for me. The quickest way to redirect your mind to me is to whisper my name. Guys, I highly recommend that, what Sarah Young is saying here. Whisper my name. So many times in my day, I'll just be like, I'll get scared or angry or upset or confused. Something triggers me emotionally. And if I just take a second to stop and I just say, Lord, help me, or Jesus, help me, or God, please, just be there for me. Just make that connection. Whisper it. You don't have to say it out loud, to your neighbor or to the people around you. Just whisper it. It's basically a communication between you and the Lord. A direct prayer. Jesus, be with me. Jesus, let me feel you. Let me feel you. Let me feel your presence. Let me feel your direction. Give me strength in this moment. Give me support. Give me direction. Just be with me. And the Jesus inside of you will immediately be there for you. So that's beautiful. Sarah Young. She refers some scripture here to what she's talking about. Exodus 3:14. Let's take a look at that. Exodus 3:14. I love this scripture here. God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. I am. What do you think of when you say I am? Because I think of, if I say I am, it's generally followed by something like some sort of descriptive word or noun. I am an actor. I am a musician. I am retired firefighter. I am a father. And it goes on, and it's sort of just like trying to figure out what my life is, sort of what behaviors I'm doing, what actions I'm taking, and what it's trying to describe something. But if you say I am, just I am, now you're really just cutting off that descriptive word, right? Those descriptive words, and just leaving it at I am. So what does that mean? That means, for me, that I am alive. I am conscious. I am conscious. I am aware. I am here. I am. So I don't have to kind of box it in. That other stuff is just more description, but the just I am is more of a whole, more of a full description. Just I am alive. I am a human being here, and I am conscious, and I have free will, and at the same time I have the ability to think higher thoughts, and I am aware of my being, like as some, maybe some animals, I don't know, I don't try to believe that I know what animals think, but it's the difference of walking around thinking that being so wrapped up in the world and thinking that this is so important and that's so important, and just reacting to things from a very primitive level, from a very fearful or angry or survival mode. It's that part of the brain that it's just there for survival and reproduction, and it's getting away from that and realizing that I am a conscious being with a choice, and that I'm in charge to a certain extent of this up here in my mind. I'm in charge. I'm not only in charge, I am responsible. I am responsible for the thoughts that I think. Well, I'm not actually responsible so much for the thoughts. I am, in a way. If I have thoughts that are really negative or bothersome, it is up to me to realize that and to reprogram my thinking. So I can't stop thinking certain thoughts, but I can reduce and change thoughts that I think. It is absolutely possible, and I am responsible for doing that. It's my responsibility. I shouldn't just be walking around thinking, well, I thought that thought. Well, I had no control over it. Well, I thought that thought. Well, think about what is it that you're watching on TV? What is it that you're listening to? Who is it that you're talking to? What is it that you're doing on social media? What are you filling your mind with? Because what you're filling your mind with is a lot of where your thoughts are coming from. So you see something, or you watch something, or you continually fill your mind, your brain, with these somebody's thoughts or their opinions or their words. You're watching their behaviors over and over. And I mean, say you're watching a movie and it's filled with people killing each other, right? Well, you're going to have more thoughts about that. That's just the way the mind is. So we are responsible for what we think to a certain extent. Now, of course, you can always have thoughts come into your mind that you didn't want and you didn't expect. But you can lessen those to a large degree. And I think it's just irresponsible to say, oh, I can't control that because that's a thought and I can't control my thoughts. Because we're conscious beings and we have the ability to rise above base human thoughts into higher levels of thought, into spiritual thoughts. And we can feed our brains these better thoughts. There's a saying about a lion and the lion being hungry and feeding the lion and starving the lion. And I don't know the exact quote. I wish I did because it's really cool. Hey guys, just interrupting this program for a minute. I found the parable of the two wolves. It goes like this. A grandfather is talking with his grandson. The grandfather says, "In life there are two wolves inside of us which are always at battle. One is the good wolf, which represents things like kindness, bravery, and love. The other is a bad wolf, which represents things like greed, hatred, and fear." The grandson stops and thinks about it for a second. Then he looks up at his grandfather and says, "Grandfather, which one wins?" The grandfather replies, "The one you feed." Now back to our program. Thank you. So your thoughts are so important to look at, to be aware of, to, I want to say control, but it's very different. It's not quite control, but it's an awareness and then a conscious effort to change them, and to change them through changing what we are feeding ourselves thought-wise, and our senses, what we are feeding our senses, and what we are focusing our attention on, what we're watching, what we're reading, what we're speaking about, what we're interacting with other people, how we're interacting, who we're listening to, who we're interacting with. So, okay, enough about that. But so this idea that I am, so God is saying, I am who I am. And then he's, in a way, he's saying to us that we are. I am has sent me. So I am. So this idea that of this higher conscious, this is who has sent me. This I am. So you must realize who you are, that you are a conscious being, and you have this responsibility to connect and be in touch with the higher level of thought and spiritual being. Let's go on. It says, Sarah Young also mentions 1 Corinthians 3:16. And if we look at what that says, don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple, and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple? So God is inside of you. This is the I am part. And that God's Spirit dwells in your midst. In your midst. Now that means in and around you. It means around, in your midst means around you, but you yourselves are God's temple, so it's all around and inside. Another translation says that the Spirit of God lives in you, as opposed to your midst, so lives in you. And then another version says, dwells in you. Do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? God's Spirit dwells in you. It's already there. It's just a matter of connecting to it and to realizing that it's there. And connecting to God and saying, yes, this is in me. This is in me. I have this connection. I have the switch. I have the frequency on the radio dial. It's connected. And all you have to do is decide, make a conscious decision that you are going to turn that switch on and open it. And that's the start. And once it's open, the energy and the connection, the synchronicity can start to flow. So, I don't want to make this video too long, but it's a terrific idea to ponder and to think about and to question, what does it mean? Why does God say, I am? I am, I am. Sam, I am. For those of you who know Dr. Seuss. But, okay, hey, keep being the best you can be. Thanks for joining me on this little journey, First Church of Mars. And I call it the First Church of Mars because God is everywhere. And when we get to Mars, He will be there. It's just a matter, do we want Him there? Do we want to keep Him there in our lives? On Mars, wherever we are, wherever we go. Let me see if we can see SpaceX out there. Not sure. You can probably see SpaceX out there. I'll try and zoom in somehow. Anyway, it's out there, and we are going to Mars, guys. We absolutely, I believe humans will be going to Mars. And let's take God with us, okay? Let's not forget about God. As a matter of fact, let's connect with God right now and make sure He's in our lives so that when we do go, He's already there with us. He's in the building of the rockets. He's in the building of the system that we're going to have to set up. He's already with us. So that when we're there, He's got it all planned out for us already. Hey, thanks for joining me. God bless you. I'm Pete Smith. This is the First Church of Mars. See you again.